Welcome to this course on advertising and e-commerce on TikTok. I'm really glad you're here. So far in this program, we've talked about how to get started as a brand on TikTok, how to create content, and how to engage followers organically. Organic marketing simply means that you're reaching customers without paying to place your content in front of them. While creating organic content is a much-needed strategy for marketers, especially on a platform like TikTok, TikTok also makes paid advertising opportunities available to you as well. And with TikTok offering the ability to reach 1 billion users worldwide, organizations should consider TikTok as another channel for advertising. In the first part of this course, we'll go over how to get started with advertising on TikTok, how to create an ad, how to create an ad campaign, and more. Next, we'll take a closer look at the e-commerce opportunities TikTok offers. TikTok is a great way for consumers to discover new products, and marketers can benefit from some integrations that enable a seamless shopping experience for TikTok users. We'll cover these options in more detail. And finally, we'll look at ways in which you can analyze the results of your marketing efforts and use the tools TikTok offers to do that. As with other social media platforms, TikTok offers great analytics solutions that marketers can use to measure and optimize. There's a lot to cover, but I can't wait. Let's get started, and good luck in this final course of the Marketing with TikTok program. Businesses have different goals for using social media. Some may simply want to increase their brand awareness. Some may want to drive traffic to their website, and some may want sign-ups or sales. There's certainly a lot that organic video content can do to engage and build an audience. But businesses looking to really leverage TikTok's platform for their marketing efforts can take advantage of its advertising and e-commerce options. We'll give you a brief overview here and go into these options in more detail in future lessons. If you want more options for reaching your audience and want to pay for more specific targeting, then TikTok has a few different advertising routes you can take. TikTok offers businesses the opportunity to purchase in-feed ads, which are TikTok videos that are placed within a viewer's For You page and appear as they scroll through. They're designed to fit in seamlessly with other videos on TikTok, so businesses need to keep the TikTok style in mind when creating them. But they are ads designed to get viewers engaged or taken action. Another advertising option is called Brand Takeover. This is a full-screen, sound-on ad that appears as soon as users open the app, so it's the first thing they see. These are only 3 to 5 seconds long and can be short video or static image formats. A third option is called Top View ads, where, like the Brand Takeover, a full-screen video ad appears as soon as users open the app. But these videos can last up to 60 seconds. Another fun option businesses can utilize is to create a branded hashtag. This lets a business create a challenge, a dance or a trick or a skit that involves their products and uses the community to spread the word about their brand. Finally, businesses can create branded filters, lenses, stickers, and other assets creators can use when making their videos. Businesses looking to create in-feed ads can utilize TikTok's self-service advertising platform, where they can set up campaigns and track their success. Businesses looking to purchase brand takeovers, top view ads, or brand hashtags would need to reach out to TikTok directly. Additionally, businesses creating ads on TikTok have the ability to target specific audiences from around the world and can have their ads featured on TikTok's network of platforms that include TikTok, but also the Indonesian news app Babe and video discovery app BuzzVideo. Businesses who sell products already have a lot of opportunity to find and engage new audiences on TikTok, as we saw in our last video, which can increase awareness and sales. But TikTok also offers businesses specific e-commerce options. Through a partnership with e-commerce platform Shopify, merchants can add a shopping tab to their TikTok profile, linked to their product catalog on Shopify. Businesses can also showcase their products right inside their TikTok profile and give their users a new way to shop without leaving the TikTok app. Once a business has its catalog set up inside its profile, it can create TikToks with links to those products, so people who see the videos can click through and buy in the TikTok app. This offers a great way for TikTok creators to monetize their videos. Social commerce, or e-commerce on social platforms like TikTok, is fast evolving, and we expect a lot of new functionality to be added over time to help make shopping on TikTok easy. So watch this space. Next, we'll talk about how businesses can partner with TikTok influencers to get the word out about their brands and products. So far, we saw how businesses can create organic videos on TikTok, pay for advertising, or create an e-commerce catalog for their brand. What's another way to spread the word about your brand on TikTok? Well, partner with an influencer to have them feature a product or brand in their videos. Businesses can sponsor content on influencer accounts and reap the benefits of having their brand get exposure to the influencer's audience, and to lend some validation and credibility as well. Businesses wanting to partner with an influencer may already have one in mind, or if they don't, they can find an influencer to work with on the TikTok Creator Marketplace. There, you can browse top-performing creators, view data for their accounts, and pick the right partner. Businesses should choose an influencer that matches their brand and who would be a good fit for their products. For example, if you're a makeup brand, find an influencer who does makeup tutorials. If you're promoting a video game, find live streamers. Or partner with an influencer who may not have an exact fit, but whose audience may like your product, like partnering with artists or musicians who may like your t-shirt brand. Businesses should also choose an influencer based on their business objectives as well. For businesses who want to expand their brand awareness to as many people as possible, they may choose an influencer with a large audience. For those looking for new customers and increased sales, they may choose a more niche influencer for better targeting, knowing that their audience is the right market. Then the business collaborates with the influencer to create the right video content that will resonate with their audience. Let's look at a few examples. When Levi's wanted to promote their new initiative to allow customers to create their own customized denim, they turned to TikTok to help promote it. They worked with 4 influencers: Callan Schaub, Cosette Reinap, Gabby Morrison, and Everett Williams, who created their own pair of Levi's and shared about it in their videos. Then followers were able to purchase that same design through the Shop Now e-commerce feature in the TikTok videos. Levi's reports that the watch time for these videos is twice as long as the platform average. Supermarket chain Kroger seemed like an unlikely business to embrace TikTok, but they did right away. They were also the platform's first business to run a #Challenge+ campaign, which combines videos with a shoppable e-commerce page. For the Transform Your Dorm Challenge, Kroger partnered with 4 influencers: Joey Klaassen, Josette Reinap, Mia Finney, and Victoria Bachelet, to launch the campaign. Of how the partnership benefited their brand, Kroger's social media manager Casey Smith said, "We were able to work with them to kick off the campaign and borrow some of their clout. I think that was a crucial part of the success, because otherwise it might have felt weird for Kroger to jump on there and be talking about this. It really helped to partner with influencers just to feel a little bit more authentic." Sponsored content doesn't have to be a massive campaign, but could simply be product placement. Red Bull partnered with creator Kyo on a video that was a simple trick shot using a can of Red Bull as the prop. It's not really an ad at all, it feels more like original content made to fit within a #challenge. But the Red Bull placement will now be seen by Kyo's followers. Another example is Target's partnership with Victoria Bachelet, where she posted a video of her walking through Target and shopping for items from the Vera Bradley Venus collection. Again, while this is sponsored content and technically advertising, it fits in with the everyday nature of TikTok videos. Businesses can leverage the popularity of TikTok and the reach of TikTok influencers to spread the word about their brand. This kind of content doesn't look like traditional advertising and it fits right in with the TikTok style, so there's more of a chance the audience will pay attention to what their favorite TikTok creators are saying. So you've started creating and posting on TikTok and are starting to get some followers. Now it's time to talk about how to build, maintain, and grow your TikTok presence. To build your following on TikTok, you'll have to continue to focus on some of the basics we've already talked about. First, think deliberately about your TikTok strategy. You don't want to get carried away with creating fun videos and lose track of how TikTok incorporates into your overall social media strategy. You also don't want to jump on TikTok and burn out quickly. TikTok should be considered part of a long-term brand strategy, just like your Twitter account, website, or other customer engagement strategies. Additionally, continue to leverage your content calendar so that you can keep in control of your TikTok post creations and how they can fit into your overall social media strategy. Next, continue to be creative with your posts, as creativity and originality is the foundation of TikTok style. But don't forget that you don't have to start from scratch every day. If you're out of ideas, jump on a trend. There are plenty to choose from. Finally, continue to keep your brand in mind as you create and ask yourself, will this TikTok post be an extension of my brand? Or will viewers not recognize my brand at all in this? Remember that building a brand and having brand recognition and engagement can help you build trust and buy-in with your audience, which can help increase loyalty, sales, and lifetime customer value. Continuing to build and maintain your brand will also include some new initiatives that we'll cover in further detail in our next videos. Build your brand by refining your brand's voice in your videos so that your business is recognizable and stays true to who you are off TikTok. You can also build your brand by increasing engagement with your audience and connecting with your followers. Building a brand also involves knowing what content resonates with your audience and what doesn't. This means making sure to track your analytics and adjust your strategy accordingly. Finally, continue to grow your brand on TikTok by trying new things and evaluating what works and what doesn't. Let's get started learning more. One of the great things about TikTok is that it's such a fun and creative platform. Creators can always try new things, new types of content, new skits, new angles to their content, and more. Businesses can find new ways of messaging or appealing to their audience if they keep an open mind and are playful about content creation. Now that you know how to use your analytics, you can use it to see how well different types of videos are doing and which content resonates best with your followers. This means that you can begin trying out different types of content and use your analytics to get immediate feedback on what's working or not. This can help you refine your strategy and create content that your audience will enjoy. Let's look at some examples as Carlos continues to make videos for Inu and Neko. Carlos has noticed some customer service videos on TikTok. Employees talking about their customer service experiences, or answering questions or performing skits. He wants to test out some video content to see what videos will be more helpful or fun for his audience, and unlike his advertising campaigns on other platforms, his content doesn't have to be polished or professional. He looks at some of the trends and creates 3 separate videos. First, Carlos and his employees make some videos of them dancing to a trend and add some text that answers some common questions at the store. Next, his employees came up with a funny skit of a customer visiting the store and asking questions, and Carlos films them acting it out. Finally, Carlos creates a video just answering common questions from his customers. All three have similar answers about pet supplies, pet food, and grooming, but all three are different approaches to the theme. Which one is best? Let's look at the analytics. The first video gets a lot of likes, and Inu and Neko's follower count bumps up a bit. This means that followers liked the video and wanted more of that helpful content. This is great, as this expands Inu and Neko's reach and creates more brand awareness. The second video also gets a lot of likes, but not as many follower conversations and fewer comments. This means that viewers liked the video and maybe thought it was funny, but didn't have enough of a connection to the brand to investigate it more and follow. The third video doesn't get as many likes or followers, but there are many more comments on this video. This tells Carlos that while this video didn't necessarily expand his brand's reach, it definitely engaged his audience. Seeing a video where Carlos answers follower comments probably prompted them to ask questions, maybe hoping that they would make it into a future video. But Carlos can also use this opportunity to answer the comments and start creating a relationship with his followers. Which one is best? All of them achieved some kind of goal, and it's what goals Carlos had in mind for the post that matters: reach and awareness, entertainment, or engagement. Now Carlos knows that if he wants broader reach, he can create videos like the first one. If he wants to entertain his audience, he can create videos like the second. And if he wants to engage his audience, he can create videos like the third. Now Carlos could start experimenting and try to improve on the videos. Marketers do this all the time with what's called A/B testing, or showing two different types of content with similar messaging to an audience to see which one resonates more. TikTok is a great tool for this kind of testing, and it allows you to be creative. Take a chance on new types of content and immediately see what's working and what's not. You already know what a business's brand is, but can you articulate it? Whether you've been building a brand for years or whether you're getting started in marketing and social media, let's go over what a brand is and why it's important to consider when approaching your TikTok strategy. So, what exactly is a brand? Well, the word branding quite literally comes from ranchers branding their cattle, so that different cows would be identified or associated with different ranches. This idea evolved as farmers, craftsmen, or producers wanted their products to stand out on a store shelf. It would have a particular logo, shape, or color to make it recognizable to customers, and so that they would associate their good experience with the look and feel of the products of a particular company. But a brand goes beyond just a logo to what David Ogilvy called the intangible sum of a product's attributes. Apple is a great example. Their brand isn't just a logo and product. They have a certain kind of recognizable design to their products. Stepping into an Apple store evokes a certain feeling and gives you a specific kind of shopping experience. Apple also has a built-in culture, and part of their brand is their philosophy and approach to the world as well. The same goes for brands like Nike, Coke, Disney. Together, their logo, their products, the feeling someone gets in a store or on their website, the stories they tell, the voice and style they use to tell those stories, and even their company's principles and values all constitute their brand. Why is it important to build a brand? A brand gives a business recognition. Think about the ones I just mentioned. Apple, Nike, Coke, Disney, they're recognizable and familiar, and every business wants that. Another reason is that a brand builds trust. People become loyal to brands, not only because they may like their product, but because they know what to expect with a brand, or a brand may align with their beliefs and values. A brand can also communicate an organization's values. This can be through the stories they tell on social media, the design and feel of their stores, their approach to customer service, and even the style of language they use in their copy. Now, why is branding an important concept to keep in mind when it comes to TikTok? The key takeaway here is that while you may be creating content on TikTok that's very different from the content you create for your business's other social media platforms, you still have to create content that aligns with your brand. Take the NBA or the National Basketball Association's TikTok, for example. They don't post game footage or highlights, commentary, stats or scores. Instead, they post videos that feature sidelines fun, halftime shows and other fun behind-the-scenes content. This type of content may be different from its other social media platforms, yet it still stays on brand, but is an extension of their brand. We've used the example of the Washington Post TikTok before in this course. And while the Washington Post does have a lot of TikTok-worthy posts, I would ask you if you think it's on brand for the Washington Post, a well-regarded national daily newspaper founded in 1877. Does it align with the brand? Or is it trying to do its own thing and lacks a connection back to the original brand? Or perhaps extends the brand to a new audience while staying true to its core value of truthful, high-quality news reporting, but adapted to a new medium. The idea of brand should be on your mind as you approach your TikTok marketing strategy and plan your content. Are you creating content that can still be recognized as your brand, even though it may be a little quirky or humorous? Or are you creating content that's essentially a different brand that may confuse or mislead your viewers? Let's review. We know how businesses use TikTok. We've seen examples of different types of videos businesses have created. We have a sense of what a marketing strategy is, and we know how to use TikTok to extend our brand. So let's help Inu and Neko create a TikTok video. Since one of Carlos's core services at Inu and Neko is pet grooming, and since Pet Groomers of TikTok is a trending hashtag, we're going to help Carlos create a pet grooming video. Carlos notices that many of the pet grooming videos on TikTok focus on dogs, so to stand out on TikTok, Carlos decides to use a cat as his star. Also because Inu and Neko grooms cats and he wants his audience to know that. He knows the perfect star of the show. Ajax the Great, a sassy long hair who's on the schedule to come in for grooming this week. Carlos reaches out to Ajax's owners to ask if filming their cat for a TikTok video will be okay. They say yes, they've always thought Ajax could be a star and always get a lot of likes when they post pics of him. Carlos knows that most of the magic of the TikTok video will happen later in the app, with the music, text and other video editing choices he'll make. So he just focuses on getting some good footage of Ajax the Great while he's being groomed. Carlos could record the full grooming session and edit it later, but he decides to record in the app now, to string together a series of recorded clips. He opens the TikTok app and taps on the plus button at the bottom of the screen, which brings up the record screen. Each time Carlos taps and holds the red button, his phone records. When he releases, TikTok stops recording and is ready for the next clip. Carlos can string together as many clips as he wants of all different lengths. If he doesn't like a clip or wants to start over, he can tap the X button and delete the last clip taken. As he records, a bar at the top will show how long his clips are, and he can always edit the length in the app later on. Ajax is done with his grooming and Carlos is done with his video. Now that he's done recording his clips, he taps the red check mark to continue on to the effects. Now, Carlos thinks about an approach that will fit Inu and Neko's brand, but also fit into TikTok's style. Does he just add some trending music behind the clips and publish it? Does he provide a voiceover and take an instructional approach to how the grooming was done? Does he find some trending comedy or lip-sync clip to play over it and take a silly approach? Carlos decides that since Ajax the Great has such a personality, he's going to do a voiceover from Ajax's point of view. First, Carlos makes sure that his video clips are edited to the right length, which he does by tapping the Adjust Clips button. Then he records the voiceover by tapping on the voiceover button. This brings him to a screen that allows him to stop and start the voiceover and record over the segments he wants. Then he adds text to appear on the screen along with the voiceover, which is a common TikTok style. He taps on text at the bottom of the screen and adds the text and changes the font and color. Once the text is done, he taps on the text on the screen and taps on Set Duration from the drop-down menu. Then he's able to set when the text appears on the screen and syncs it to his voiceover. Finally, he sets the music he wants in the background by tapping Add Sound and choosing some music that fits the atmosphere of the video. Satisfied with how the video looks and sounds, he taps Next. At the post screen, Carlos adds a caption for the video and some hashtags. He makes sure that the settings are how he wants them. Everyone can view the video, everyone can comment, and other creators can duet or stitch it if they want. And he hits Post. And Carlos's TikTok of Ajax the Great's grooming session is out into the world.